Hey y'all, so welcome back to another episode of the Black Girls Introverts podcast. I am Shania, and today we are going to be talking about social anxiety. So, as you already know, yes, I am an introverted black woman. Yes, we do exist. Um, but there is a thing that, I've always been going through, and that is basically social anxiety. Um, I'm sorry, but social anxiety is something else. It really is something else. Cause I I want to say I hate, but I strongly dislike like large gathering of people. It always just make me so nervous, and oh my gosh, like even when going to parties and stuff, I would never stay long. Cause I always just try, to be like the cool one, like being in your 20s, like yeah, like you want to go to clubs and all these different type of things, be like a normal 20 something year old. But I just realized that clubs are not my thing, and I rather do other things, like going to, Top Golf, bowling, the movies, shopping. I rather, um, what they call it, like laser tag or whatever. I rather do everything else but go clubbing and stuff. Like, and that's just one of the things. That's just one of the things. But yeah, social anxiety is no joke. Even when I was in college, you always go to the cafeteria, go get your food, yada yada yada. But it was like this particular day. It was like always like Wednesdays where they serve what do they serve? Oh, like some really good fried chicken, and like it's something else. It was always like on Wednesdays that they had it. I was a student at Columbus State University. Um, it's in Columbus, Georgia. But yeah, it was always on Wednesdays. Like they would always serve like fried chicken and something else, and a whole bunch of people will always just be in there. Like the whole school would literally be in there, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, why is there so many people in here? Why? Like, okay, I get it. It's the food, but still, it would be so many people in there. It would just be jam packed full of people. And I'm just like, oh no, I cannot do this. Like my my heart would be racing, and everywhere I look, it's just so many people around me. I felt claustrophobic. Like I slick couldn't move, and I was like trying to move like my tray down. Um, it was just always too much for me. Eventually, I just stopped going to the cafeteria on Wednesdays. I'm like, everybody and their mama is gonna be in there, and I don't feel like dealing with the whole fiasco of it. I really don't. But yeah, because even with some school events like they had, of course it's gonna be like a large group of people or whatever. I would try to like slick get past it or whatever. Like try to just keep in my mind that this is a school function. Of course, going to be a lot of people here. Just try your best to have fun. I always did eventually have fun, but still in the back of my mind, I'm like, I wish these people would go away. Like, I just wanted to be just me and my friends, okay? All these extra people got to go. Sorry. Like, and even just with people like you never met before, and trying to start a conversation with them, and they're talking to you, and you're trying to figure out the next thing that you're going to say because you really are trying your best like not to sound stupid or whatever. Like And that would really happen to me, like when I was especially talking like to new guys or whatever. And they would come up to me, start a conversation, and sometimes I would get stuck on what to say next because like this boy's really cute. I really want this person to like me. What can I say next without looking like a total idiot? Like, I just be really thinking that in the back of my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, just calm down. It's okay. Like, it's really okay. Um, but surprisingly, like, with the friends that I did make, of course, there's always this saying, like, introverts are always adopted by extroverts, which is it kind of is true. Like, I've always just like attracted people who talk way more than I did because I was always just like the listener of the group. Like, that was just really only my thing. Of course, I would add like, commentary, obviously, but really, they would just always just be talking more than I did. And I was okay with that, to be honest with you, because sometimes I just really don't be knowing what to say. I love being the listener of the group. I love that about me. Like I can sit there and listen, and I give, I try to give great advice, and they love that about me. I don't mind being that. It's totally cool with me. And they always were just like, man, you're so easy to talk to. Like you're so like non-judgmental. I can talk to you about anything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I'm totally that friend. But yeah, I definitely gotten better over the years, like when it comes to having social anxiety. Like even like now at work, just being around people for like a long period of time, I get drained, and the anxiety of being around people. And for lunch, I would sometimes go to my car and just eat, and I would just feel so relieved because I finally like, oh my gosh, I finally get to get away from all these people, and I can finally have a breather. I can breathe. I can have peace. I'm sorry. It's just so funny to me because it's just like that's just how I am. And I know so many other introverted women out there like relate to me on that. But I love like being in my car and eating my lunch in my car, taking a nap. I take my 20-minute breaks in there. Like, hey, it is what it is at this point. And I noticed like some people like give me a side eye because of that, but I'm like, no, this is just how I operate. This is how I function. And I mean, the people that get it. The ones that don't. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, but oh goodness gracious. But even sometimes, like with having social anxiety, I would be doing this like with my fingers or whatever. Or even when I used to wear like rubber bands around my wrist, and I would just be like doing this like whenever I'm around like a group of people or whatever, or I just continue to do this, or like I would twist my hair or whatnot, like many little tails that I would do, showing that I was getting really anxious. That it's just so crazy, so crazy. Like, if y'all can tell me in the comments about like y'all stories of how social anxiety has affected you, the stories that came along with having social anxiety and stuff, like it's just crazy because even like doing this video right now, like sometimes I would just like sit back and laugh. It's just like I want to keep talking, but I'm kind of getting nervous of what to say. Like, I just want to sound like as good as possible. Like, I want the people to relate to me. But yeah, social anxiety is it's not easy to deal with, but You know, I have my ways of dealing with it, you know. I just need the time to myself to just like eventually calm down and, you know, what we call it like recharge or whatnot. Yeah, man. I just really remember those days of being in middle school, high school, and college, and trying to be like a normal student and having to deal with being around a lot of people. It definitely was not easy for me. It really wasn't. And I would really try my hardest to not show how I was feeling in front of my friends. But I've had some introverted friends as well. Like, we would stay for like a little while and then we'll eventually leave to go somewhere else. I love that about them. I'm like, yes, you understand me, I understand you. We are the same person. We are here. We are here. But yeah, it's not an easy thing to deal with. It's really not. It's really not. But if you guys have anything else you want me to talk about on this show, I would definitely take it into consideration and just continue to thrive out here, to be yourself, to be the proud, introverted black woman that you are, introverted black man that you are, and just do our own thing and be unapologetic about it at the end of the day. Because we are who we are and we exist out here, and it is what it is. People have to deal with it. And I will see you guys in the next video.